I do have one thing to mention before talking about the heist setups. The very first time you gather intel, you have to come find this drainage tunnel over here to discover it. And this is the entrance, this is the infiltration point I always use, so it's pretty much necessary. I'm not sure if there's an easy way to get over here. I just swam around the whole entire island. Okay. First order of business is to gather intel. So we're just gonna fast travel over to wherever it's at, and then we'll fly our Sparrow in from there. Okay, so basically this is really simple. There's 3 groups of enemies. One of those groups is right next to the plane. So we're gonna shoot the other 2 groups, like so. Which is only gonna leave the guy right next to the plane. And we're just gonna manually take care of him. Whoa, frame drop. And then we're just gonna fly to Cayo Perico. The rest is pretty self-explanatory, so I'll see you at Cayo Perico. So, if you die or you get caught, you can come over here. There's a spare bike. Excuse me. Yeah, this is the bike I normally take just because it's a shorter run. This whole thing's very self-explanatory. You know, we're just driving there. Don't hit anything. The only part where you can really get caught is when we go up the cliff. Although, to be honest, I haven't seen the guard checking that cliff lately. I don't know if they actually changed it or if that's just some kind of like... I don't know. Because, like... there's no, like, cone of vision. No, there is. Yeah. So, yeah, as you can see, the guard will look right there, so that's a potential point of failure. Everything else is pretty much simple. Try to stay to the right of this barrier here if there's a camera or a guy there or whatever. And then for this camera, you want to stay really far left. I've gotten caught by that a few times just from driving under it. Sometimes there's patrols too, so you know, just like don't be stupid and it's easy.
The signal box could have moved since you were last here, Captain. Upstairs, downstairs. You will need to look around.
Okay, the signal box is on the ground floor this time. That's considered good RNG. Yeah. So we're just gonna check the camera, then we're gonna jump to our death.
Now, what do we have here?
Jumping to our death will spawn us back at the airplane.
Have a look in the basement. No need to change the winning formula, yes?
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Well, right?
That's all we gotta do is just check the main objective.
Time-encrusted edition. The jewel in the crown of any collection.
Because we're going for a solo heist.
Getting through the case will be a challenge. Use the wrong tool and you destroy what is inside.
If there's a guy on the ground right here though, you might not want to jump to your death in front of him because sometimes instead of dying you'll get caught and then you have to watch the cutscene where he punches you with the gun. That's about all there is to that. Go ahead and put your helicopter right outside of the exit.
Okay, now you need to find his suite. It will not be so difficult. Look for the trained killer standing outside.
Okay, there's 3 spots where the suite could be. Just gonna quickly run through them all. And once we get inside, there's 3 spots where the security guy can be.
Remember, as we say in Russia, there are many ways to break the egg. If you take out the security quietly, no one inside will know you are here. Ah, you have a delicate touch when it comes to armed guards, no? The guests inside will not know you are coming.
The best possible RNG here is for him to be over here on the right. And there he is. Okay, I'm just going to show the 2 other spawn points. He can spawn over there, and he can spawn over there way down at the end of the bar. Hopefully, if you're lucky, he spawns over here, so you can just... That was really bad. That was just me panicking.
Do you have them? Good. Now get out of there and get some distance from the casino.
Okay, now we just got 4 more dudes to kill, and then we're home free. Now just fly back. Alright, so for this, for the plasma cutter, you're going to need to take a picture of a board. It'll either be on the left or the right side. So you can take a picture of it either side it's on from right here. Just take a couple steps forward. That way you can take a picture if it's on the right, or you can take a picture if it's on the left. And it doesn't matter if there's like, you know, a board in the way, or a pillar or something, or a filing cabinet. It doesn't matter if those are between you and the board, as long as you're aimed at the board. That's all that matters. So the only thing you really need to know about part 2 for the plasma cutter is you have to step on that little yellow circle to make the quest objective on the bottom of the screen change from go to Rockford Hills into pick up the plasma cutter. Even if you pick up the plasma cutter, if you don't go to that little yellow dot, you're not going to be able to complete the mission if you bring the plasma cutter back to your sub. So you have to do that. Other than that, I just kind of, you know, bring my Sparrow to the side of the alley, you know, kill the dudes, shoot the guards that show up, and then find a nice little spot to land. Pick up the plasma cutter, and then, you know, when I get back to my helicopter, if there's some more guards have driven up, maybe I'll take care of them if they're close. If they're far away, maybe I'll just get in my helicopter and take off. Here I'll take care of these 2 right here because they're close. The other 2, they got out of their car and they're running at me, so they're like so far away. So yeah, now just fly back. Okay, now for the fingerprint cloner. Step 1 is just use any explosive. RPGs, C4, grenades, pipe bombs, homing rocket launcher, anything. Grenade launcher. Just use any explosive and blow them all up. That's what I do every time. Personally, I think it's the easiest and most convenient. Now let's go. Okay, just fly to the archive now. Alright, For this archive, I don't bother shooting the cameras out. Once again, you can go first person if you want to like be able to turn around faster. For speedrun strats, personally I don't care about that. So I'll do the slow third person turnaround. If you get the archive under the overpass, you probably need to shoot the cameras out though, because it's kind of, you can't really park right next to that one because it's under an overpass. So the guards kind of have time to drive over to you. So yeah. But if you get the one right here or the one by the pier, then you can just ignore the cameras. Here's a fun pro tip. Did you know that you can put your Toreador into your Kosaka? You can park it in there in the Moon Bay. That's useful if you're like totally maxed out on garage space, like your garages are all filled up with cars. And yeah, you can make a little space maybe. Okay, the construction site. What is this again? This is the cutting torch, right? That magically works underwater. Even though this is like, you know, this is not some kind of underwater construction site. But I guess they have underwater equipment here for some reason. Okay, anyway. Just kind of take out what you can with your helicopter, you know, it's not super necessary to kill everyone, then just, you know, run around until you find the blue thing in the toolbox. The only thing to maybe kind of be aware about is it can help to slowly approach the toolboxes so that you don't have some kind of weird pathing issue. For example, if you run into the toolbox and loot it when you're on top of the skyscraper, I've actually... There's one toolbox where if you do that, you'll actually just run right off the skyscraper. So I like to use ADS to kind of line up with pesky objectives like that. This construction site is unique in that it takes a while to like get back to your helicopter, and there's not really any cover for you over here. So you probably need to like take out 1 or 2 groups of guards and then just fly back. Figure I might as well show you how to land on the roof. You can just kind of land here. I know like this little wooden wall right here seems kind of scary, but it's below your blades, so you don't have to be scared of that. Alright, now that we've got all 3 equipment out of the way, we've got our 3 equipments, and we can move on to weapons. First, get your suppressors. Now, if we get Merryweather Headquarters mission, we're not going to do that. And we did. We're unlucky, so we're going to go here, find a new session. We're going to try again until we get one of the buildings for the address. So that's 707 Vespucci, Slongberg Sachs Headquarters, and Penrith. Yeah, we're looking for one of those 3. Now, you might get unlucky and get Merryweather like 5 times in a row, but don't be disheartened. You will eventually get what you want. And the reason we don't do Merryweather is because it involves a long-ass escort quest, and it's just totally toxic. You don't want to do it, trust me. One more thing to keep in mind is every time we find a new session, our submarine will spawn at one of the like 10 or so locations that it can spawn in. So for example, right now we're way in the north by like Polito. So if we do finally get one of the buildings that we're looking for, then we're gonna have to fast travel back to Vespucci. So that's why the RNG is kind of annoying. Damn it. Okay, I'll see you when I get it. Nope. Jesus Christ. Oh, damn it. Oh my god, I really did it 5 times in a row. Jesus Christ.
I am keeping the blowtorch in the mess hall, Capitan. Opens cans in no time.
Finally. Okay, we're gonna have to do fast travel back though.
So we are relocating, Capitan.
So I'll see you at the Schlongberg Sack Center. Alright, here we are. So we want to park as close to the exit as possible, because when we come out there's going to be attack helicopters coming after us. If we get one of the other 2 locations, we can just get in our helicopter and go, because in the other 2 locations you can park right next to the exit. Over here we're not that lucky because there's like this weird trench. So yeah, I'll show you how to do this area. First thing we need to know is shoot the first guy from this side of the door so that the other guy on the right doesn't hear you.
Okay, this shipment will be kept separate from the regular weapons. Look for gun locker somewhere. It may be hidden. If you have trouble opening it, check for their computer.
If you get hurt, all you have to do is shoot these 3 guys. That guy, and that guy. You don't have to worry about the other 2 because they cannot pathfind over this laptop on their own.
Did that work? Can you open the locker now?
Okay. Don't forget to open the locker. I do that a lot when I'm watching a YouTube video and I'm like on autopilot.
In my experience, the kind of people who have cache of unmarked weapons will try very hard to kill you when you steal them. Move fast and watch out.
Remember to press Q to go to the roof. Don't press E.
But it is the only way for
I like to take out my railgun while I'm climbing this ledge. Oh. You didn't see that. Oh my god. Dude, whenever I'm filming, I'm just dog shit at the game. I don't know what it is. Guess I just don't handle pressure well. So yeah, that's pretty much all you gotta do. The other 2 roofs are even easier. You just take off and go. Alright, last but not least, we have the approach vehicle. We want to go in through the drainage pipe. So we're going to take the Kosaka. And the reason we're doing this last is because you have to fast travel to the area. Now you could take your Sparrow and fly over to the enemy and then summon your dinghy, then like blow up all the enemies and then dive down to the sub, and then after you get the jammer you could swim back up to the surface and take your dinghy back to your sub. But that just involves a lot of like annoying menu traversing, and I don't know, it's just annoying in general. Also, I don't know how to pilot a Sparrow with one hand. But I can pilot I can pilot this with one hand. So if you're like watching a YouTube video or something and just chilling, I mean, this is pretty much superior in every way. Plus, if you bring your submarine over to their submarine, That means as soon as you get the sonar jammer and leave, you're right back at your sub, and then the mission's over. You don't have to like ride the dinghy all the way back to where the sub spawned in. So yeah, this to me this is the superior method and the one I always use. If you disagree, you're just wrong. You might think about trying the like Toreador or the Kraken thingy, the little mini sub, but they don't have the autopilot. So when you get out of them, they go to the surface on their own. Plus, you would like, how do I explain this? Because they go up to the surface, and because getting in them doesn't end the mission, like getting in the Kosaka, that means you have to go up to the surface and get in them, and then go back to your Kosaka. But because you came over there in a sub, you didn't kill any of the enemies on the surface, right? So there's a good chance you're just gonna die. So those aren't really feasible, just in case you're wondering. I'm gonna heal up just because it's really annoying if you die here. That guy that I just killed, he loves shooting me in the head for some reason. I don't know what the hell his problem is. Okay, here's the first spawn point for the sonar jammer. If you get it there, that's considered good RNG. You can just leave immediately once you loot it. Try to walk. It can help to use ADS to walk if you need to, like, you know, aim yourself while walking. Because if you run into the sonar jammers, especially the one that spawns right here, if you run into it and loot it, you might get stuck running in place back here behind it. So yeah, just be careful when you loot the sonar jammer. These guys are goofy. Okay, so we had the worst RNG. Oh my god, you bastard. I hate that guy with the shotgun. We just want to get up these stairs ASAP. Safely as we can. I try to check a few of the spots. Normally there's one guy on the left. He might be on the right in the doorway though. You probably don't even know what I'm talking about. Let me just go back real quick and show you. There's two guys down here though, so this is actually dangerous to do. Okay, let's say you're coming in here. I like to check this doorway. You can just barely see his head if he's standing right there. And then if he's not there, I immediately check my left. But he could also be right there, so, you know, you're never really safe until you get up these stairs. And then, yeah, there's the last spot. And there's just two more goobers. You can shoot one from here and then the other one. You can just kind of pre-fire once you get close. Just sweep left. Stick to the right, and then when you get close, sweep left and pre-fire. And then, like I said, our Kosaka's right here, so we don't have to do some annoying thing where helicopters are trying to kill us and we're like, you know, driving a dinghy back to our boat, to our Kosaka. It's just right here and we're done. You know, GG. Mission accomplished, you know, thanks for watching and all that. So anyone want to explain what the hell is going on here? What is this? I just fast traveled over here to do this mission. And then when I came out of my helicopter, I like, it just exploded. What an amazing game this is. Okay, let's see if I can land on it. I'm just so confused about why this would happen. Oh, so weird.